All right, guys, we're going to do our second link from 6.1. So yesterday, Layla, I know you weren't here yesterday, but if you get a chance to watch that video of me doing the first one, you're going to see kind of the basic form of the exponential function. Today, good morning, gentlemen. Today, we're going to do a more complicated version involving compounding. So I'm going to kind of jump around in these questions. I'm going to 1, then 3, 4, then 2. All right, because number 2 is like a special case. All right, do you guys know what compounding is in terms of like accounts usually at a bank? Do you know what compounding means? Put together? Oh, thank you so much. Right? Essentially what it means is in most savings accounts, if you open a savings account at any bank, most of them are compounded monthly. All right, so that means at the end of the month, they take the amount of money in your account, they multiply it by whatever rate that you signed when you open that account, and they put whatever that amount is back into your account, right? So in terms of like you, the customer, you want them to be compounding all the time, right? As much as they'll compound, you want to say, yeah, do that, because that gives more money to you, okay? So we're going to have a couple of different examples here. Write down this formula for today, all right? And this is for compounding interest, all right? We're going to still have that same lowercase a. So that should be no different than yesterday, but we're always going to use addition today. We're talking about our money growing. All right. Do you remember what letter we wrote here yesterday? What letter we wrote here? Somebody said R for the rates. But here's the thing, guys. It's not going to be just R. It's going to be a fraction. It's going to be R over the number of times you're compounding. See that letter N? That N stands for the number of times you're compounding. So there'll be a word in the problem that'll tell you what to use for that N. I'll help you guys sort that out. Now, what did I put in the power yesterday? What was in the exponent? T for time. This is N times T today. So that's N times T. Both of those in the power. Both of those in the exponent. So this is the new one you're going to use for number 1, number 3, and number 4. Okay, I'll show you a special case with number 2. Okay, so ready? Here's Madison. Madison invests $3,300. So $3,300 into an account, paying an interest rate. So here's our R, right? Our interest rate, compounded daily. So how often are they multiplying her amount of money in her account times the interest rate? When it says daily. Ooh, interesting. Daily. What do you think I would put for daily? Not 7. Good guess though. Daily. No, not 1. Daily. Days in a year, days. 365, nice. So this right here, daily, means N is going to be 365. All right, that's what that means for that. All right, we want to figure out if she doesn't take any money out and if she doesn't put any money in after 5 years, how much money is she going to have? So that's going to be my T is going to be 5, right? My time T is 5. So let's put our stuff 1 plus. Now, remember from yesterday, if you need to do this, you can. I know some of you are doing it. I want to write that as a decimal. Sorry, Miriam, go ahead.
So yesterday we were doing like the plus or minus based off of what it said, but this one says assuming no deposits or withdrawals. It says both, so how do we pick?
So assuming we're not going to put more money into the account or she's not going to withdraw any money into the account, we're going to assume that our money is growing at this rate. So that's why we're going to use, today we're going to use only addition. Okay, good question. Go ahead. All right, Hector, this is why you come to class on time. Well done. 0.067 is right. So I'm going to put 0.067 over 365. Nice, Michael. Raised to the power of 365t. I'm going to zoom in for you. Everybody have that down? This is going to take some time for your brain to see this. I don't know if you've seen this before. Did you guys see this last year in Algebra 2? You could have, right? You might have, but if you didn't, you're seeing it now. So this is the formula. If you want, could you go into your calculator and divide 0.067 divided by 365 and get a number there?
Yeah.
Yes. Could you then add that number to 1?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you need to do that? No. Remember the button on these calculators that will give you that fraction is the N over D button. So if you click that button, you should be able to type in the stuff you want there. Okay? Let's practice. We're typing in 5. So plug in 5 for T.
Why 5? Oh, never mind. I see it.
No worries. All good. Michael, you okay? Okay. All right, so take a moment. Everyone should have a calculator. Ajoma, do you need one? Make sure you're taking a moment to try typing this in. You're welcome. And then I want you to make sure that someone around you has the same thing you do, because this is the practice moment to see, can you type all this in? Remember, you're just typing in the stuff that's after the equal sign. You're typing all that in. Did you type it in? You're good. No worries. That's why I'm always trying to make sure I get your attention. Is it yours? I'm sorry, Ajoma. Remember to hit that N over D button. Did you get something, Emmanuel? Okay, did you check with Gabriel, Minerva, Miriam, somebody? Check. Don't just like, I got this. Check with somebody. Check with somebody. Layla's showing. Go check with Ajoma or... Yeah, you guys already checked. Look at you. Well done.
What does it mean by the nearest $10?
We're going to talk about that in a moment. The good question. Wait, Gabe's saying no? It's wrong? Uh-oh. We are going to round, but I want to make sure everybody gets the same number first. You got the same thing as somebody? Yeah. Okay. Samantha, do you mind if I? Okay. Samantha, did you get 4613? And then point stuff after it? 061444. Okay, cool. All right. So hopefully you got 4,000. Yeah, you figured it out, Ajoma? No, if you put 0.067, it should be the same.
So what is this blasphemy? What is this blasphemy?
I don't know. Gabriel got 4,613. Should you check all your other numbers? Yeah, that's what I got. Now.
Did you put the...
Did she not do the 365? Just. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Thank you. Now, it says to round. It says to round to the nearest $10. So I think you guys, it was, what was it, 4613.06, right? That's what we got. So the nearest $10 means that I need to look at this 3 here. That's in the ones place. All right, so that 3, is that 3 a 5 or above? No. So in terms of the nearest $10, I'm writing $4,610. Now that's just a coincidence that number is a 10 there. Could it have been, if this was 4616, what would I have written? I would have written 20. Good. I would have written 4,620.
You're rounding down.
I'm rounding to the nearest $10, which means I need to go to the ones place, and the 3 means I'm going to round this to 10. So it'd be like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So if it would have been like this, Miriam, 4616.06, it would be 4620. All right, so.
I thought nearest to the nearest $10 was like rounding the oh wait. I just said exactly what you did.
No worries. All right. Any questions on number 1? Now we're gonna skip. Thank you. All right, my spidey senses. We're gonna skip number 2. All right, we're gonna come back to it. I promise. Skip number 2. Jump to number 3.
Isn't it the same thing?
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Will it always be the nearest $10?
It will not. Yes, student. You already trying to do it? I love it. Yes. Yes.
4 25.
It means 4. Okay. We've got Sarah. Sarah is investing $800. Remember to write down your formula or refer to the one again on the previous page. She's investing $800. Paying an interest rate of 3.5%. So Hector, hit me with that rate if it's 3.5%.
0.035.
All right, Hector, well done. Over Now it says we're compounding. How often are we compounding? That's quarterly. So quarterly in terms of compounding, all right, would be 4, because you're doing 4 times. So every 3 months, you would get more money in your account. All right, so we're going to put 4 times over the year. We're going to do the compounding. So N is going to be 4, okay? Quarterly means 4. Quarterly means 4. Daily, we just did daily. Daily, Gladys just walked in. Daily means 365. Very good. Quarterly means 4. All right, raised to the 4 times t. All right, I would highly recommend when you guys do these to do this step first to get the setup, and then ask, okay, what is my t going to be? And this time it says 8 years, so t is going to be 8. So I'm going to evaluate this at 8. And this one says to the nearest cent. You're right. So take a moment to type it in. Make sure you type it in. Check with the people around you. I don't think he started yet. Give him a moment. There he goes. He's going now. You have the same thing? Whatever? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
One more time.
Is interest good?
For you, in terms of like having an account, yes, interest is good. Interest is also bad. It's not really bad or good. It's just interest is also like when you owe money for a loan. Interest means you're going to owe more money the longer you have the loan. Right? So like with my mortgage, every year that I have my mortgage, right, I owe the money that I borrowed, but also interest on that money.
Misters have this law.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, what'd you get? Same thing?
I got a 10.
You got 1057. All right. So Michael got $1,057.
Michael and Miriam.
Excuse me, and Miriam, so sorry. All right.
Oh, Andy.
And then it says to round to the nearest cent. So I'm looking, I see 215. So what's that 5 going to do to my 1? Round it up. So it'll be 22.
22.
What'd you get, Luna?
22.
That's what she got.
Okay.
Any questions on number 3? No. Let's go number 4. Oops, sorry, Leila, my bad. We're going to go number 4. And then don't forget, we're not done after number 4. I'm going to go back up to number 2. I know. All right. Okay, here we go. Number 4. Serenity is investing $16,000. Wow, that's a lot of money. In an account, paying an interest rate of 4.5%. Let's see, Luke, what do I write for the rate if it's 4.5%? Very good. We are compounding annually. Annually. So how many times a year are we doing this if it's annually? What up, Jasmine? It's a 1. N is 1. So do I like this one if I'm Serenity? No, I don't, because I want to be compounding all the time. Just compounding once? What? That's awful. All right, so that's going to be to the 1 times t power. All right, we're looking at this account after 9 years. So plug in 9. If you wanted to, since it is over 1, do I technically need to keep that as a fraction? No, I don't. Do I need to even keep that 1 in the power? No, I can just write to the 9th power. So the reason I chose this one is that you would see this is actually what you did yesterday in one of your questions. Compounding annually is the basic form. Now, when you get this number, just so you know, because number 2 is not going to be this, I didn't do one that said compounded monthly. But what do I use for n if I compound monthly? 12. So we've done daily, 365. Quarterly, 4. We did annually,
1.
and then the one I didn't do was monthly,
12.
which is 12. N equals 12. Okay? All right, check with somebody. Did you get the 23777? Nice. How's this one rounding? To the nearest $100. This is what I see on Minerva's calculator. 23777.522. Now I'm rounding this, right? Don't type this in, right? This would be wrong. To the nearest $100. So if I'm going to the nearest 100, I need to look at the tens place. Do you see that tens place? All right, so that's a 7, which is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. So I'm going to round this. To 800 because it's the nearest hundreds place. I don't know. So that would be how I round it. If it had said, Jasmine, to the nearest tens, right, then I would be looking at the ones place, which is a 7 as well. That would make this into 780 if it said nearest tens. All right, you guys ready to jump back to number 2? Okay, I'll give you a moment. Oh, you're doing it, Luke. I'm confused. Jump back to number 2. This is my favorite one. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is the hard one. Okay, ready? Faith. And take a look. You hate it already? Wow, harsh for Faith. Compounded continuously. That didn't say daily, monthly, quarterly, annually. It says literally every moment they're compounding. So it's a completely different formula. All right, here's the formula we're going to use. All right, now you can use the A again, right, that lowercase a. But when you see the word continuously, I need you to think that it's a special base. All right, and the special base is the letter E. Has anyone heard this number before, E? It's a number.
Wait, so it's both or just one?
A is the initial amount. I'll tell you honestly, when you do this in college, if you do it, we always use P for principal, but I wanted to continue with the idea of using that A for initial value. It's the same thing. Capital P means principal. It's how much you're investing to start. All right. So principal. Exactly. Yes. All right. So A is the initial amount. Same thing. All right. But E, does anyone know this number? It's a number, E. It's approximately 2.7183. You've never heard of it before? Oh my God. Such a great number. I encourage you guys this evening or tomorrow afternoon when you're like looking for something to do on your half day, right? You can Google the number E or Leonard Euler, right? Leonard Euler. This is a mathematician, right? And read all about the number E. It's a great number. Anyway, it's raised to the rate times time. Oh, I was already taken, right, for imaginary numbers. So we're going to use this formula. Ready? How much money is Faith investing? 1,100 times E. Right? And remember, E is a number. It's approximately 2.7183. You're going to type in E. I'm pretty sure these calculators can do it. I should have checked. To the rate. What's the rate? It's right here. This is R. Awesome. Times T. And we're looking at in 18 years. You don't need them. I'm going to put a parentheses now, Natalia, when I plug in that 18. Let me check to make sure these can do E. I'm worried. No? Tough. That's going to give me so many. There is one. Do you guys see it? It's above the button that says LN for natural log. Yes, natural log.
It has an X on it.
It does. That's where we're going to put the power.
Where?
The green button.
You gotta hit
two buttons down of the green button.
Hit the green button, right? Actually, type in 1100. Then hit second
Oh, there you go.
LN.
Oh, I see it.
So do you type in 1100 first? Ajoma, type in 1100.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you typed in 1100. Then hit second, and then LN, which is the third button down. It should make it E and give you a little box. And in that box, you're going to type 0.051 and then parentheses times 18. And hit enter. What up? I got 2754. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
Okay, so let's write down 2754.704. I know there's more numbers there, but I don't care because I'm doing the nearest $10. So where do I look? I look at no. I look the one to the right of that. What's to the right of the tens place? Note the ones place, right? The ones place. So is that a 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9? It's a 4. So when I write my answer, I'm gonna write $2,750.